welcome to my channel Ruby Stedman. In this video I want to teach you how to crochet this beautiful granny square bag. It's done with leftover yarn from other projects. It's very easy to do. And here is the list of material you're gonna need to make this granny square bag. This is the yarn I'm gonna use. They are leftover yarn from other projects. They are all 100% acrylic, medium 4. I have this gray, I have these two types of red, purple, black, yellow, like a caramel, a darker gray. This is like a cornmeal color. This is like a blend. There is no either red or pink. It's really nice. I love this color. And I have orange, pink, green, and blue. The crochet hook is 5mm. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors, a button, and if you don't have handles for a bag, you can crochet your own strap. We're gonna start with a magic circle, and I show you a easy way to do a magic circle for those beginners that never done one. You grab your tail in this hand and the wrist in the right hand, and you cross over the one in the left hand, this one on the top. You see, you're gonna hold it here with your hook. You're gonna grab the yarn in that circle. You're gonna grab the yarn in here in between the fingers that you use to crochet, and then you're gonna give a twist. It had to have a twist like this, that way don't come undone. So you're gonna chain 1, 2, and 3, and you have the first double crochet of 3. We're gonna do 4 groups of 3 double crochet with 2 chains in between. So that's 1 double crochet, 2, and 3, chain 2, 3 more double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and 3, and always you have to work in the 2 strands of yarn together here. So you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and do the last group of 3. 1, 2, and 3. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4 group of 3 with a chain 2 in between. So you're going to chain 2. You're going to pull the tail to close the circle, and you're going to go to the 3rd chain in here, and you're going to do slip stitch, and like that you finish the first row. And now we're going to change color. Once you finish with a slip stitch, you're going to do another slip stitch here, cut the yarn and pass the tail through, secure that end, and now if you like, you can lose those tails. That way at the end you don't have that much tail to sew around. So now you're going to pick the next color. I'm going to do the green, and I'm going to start in here in one of these chain 2 space. Here I have my first little square, first row. I already lose the tails. So now for the next row, I'm going to do slip knot. I'm going to go to one of the chain 2 space in here. I'm going to pass the yarn, do a slip stitch, and that slip stitch I will count as the first chain of 3. So that was 1, 2, and 3. And in the same space, I'm going to do 2 double crochet. And that's half of the motif for this corner. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 for separation, and we're going to go to the next space. We're going to do 3 double crochet, we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do 3 double crochet in the same space. chain 1, again 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and you see I created already 2 full corners, again 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, chain 1. Now we're going to work in the other half of this corner, so you're going to go to here where you started and you're going to do 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and you're going to go to the top chain here and you're going to do slip stitch, and you're going to chain 1, cut the yarn and lose your tails, and like that you finish row number 2. Now we're going to start row number 3 with the next color. Now with this color I'm going to do exactly the same as I did with the green one. I'm going to do a slip knot, and I'm going to go one of this corner, and I'm going to do a slip stitch, and that slip stitch counts as the first chain of 3. So that was 1, 2 and 3. So now again I'm going to do 2 more double crochet in here and that half of the corner, chain 1, and now in the chain 1 space here I'm going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1, again I'm going to do a corner and all the corners always the same, 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, chain 3 and 3 and 3 more double crochet. I finished my first corner, chain 1, go to the chain 1 space here and do 3 double crochet, chain 1, go to the next corner and do 3 double crochet, chain 3 and 3 double crochet in the same space. One, 2 and 3, and you finish the second corner. Chain 1, go to the chain 1 space in here and do 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3 double crochet, chain 1, we're going to work in the next corner, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 more double crochet in the same space. This is the repetition that we're going to do in our entire piece. All the corners stay the same, the chain 1 space, 3 double crochet on each chain 1 space. I missed my chain 1 here. So if you want, you can put a liner to this bag, and that way you can put anything in the bag and don't go through the little holes. So I'm going to chain one, and I'm going to do my other half at the corner. You're going to chain 3, and you're going to go to the top chain and do a slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn and loose the tail, and the third row it will look like this. So if you are already a subscriber and you've done other granny square, you're going to do a granny square big enough for half of the bag, because we're going to attach them like this, okay, sideways like this. So you're gonna create 3 granny square, all of the same size. I'm gonna finish my last row with the black, that way when I sew them together, the black, you don't see the seams when you sew. It's easier for that purpose. So you're going to change color as many colors as you like, as many rows as you like, as big as you want your bag. So I want to work in a few rows and I will show you. Remember, each time you do a corner is 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and then you do a chain 1 space, and then on each chain 1 space from the row before you will do 3 double crochet. So in each row you are increasing 1 more space. You see, and here we have 1. And this one we have 2, and the next one 3 and 4 and 5 and so on. So I will work in a few more rows and I will show you how it's going. Something that I wanted to mention is, if you're making these bags of leftover yarn, is to do the shorter rows with the smaller balls. That way you are now halfway through a row and you are without yarn in your ball. So that's what I'm doing here, and trying to do the shorter row with the smaller balls, and then later I'll use the big ones. I use some big ones, but I know I have plenty, but these ones I already did the shorter rows. But if you're doing this with just a regular size ball of yarn, it's no problem. Here I finished my first square for the bag. I used 1 row of each color, so I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 with the black. Now I'm gonna do 2 more squares to do the body at the bag. So I'll combine other colors, and remember I will finish with the black as well. So I will use different color, that way no one square are exactly the same. So I will do 3, and I've decided I want my bag to close. I will do another square, number 4. But first I'm gonna do the 3 for the body of the bag. So once you're done this one, to know if that's the size that you like, you'll fold it in half like this, And this is the length at the bag. Another square will go here and another one here, so it will be quite a big bag. So this is half of the bag. From this center here, this is the center of the bag. Okay? So now I will do my other 3 squares, and then I will show you how to put them together. Here I have my 3 squares. They're like this. You just have to fold them in half, like so, and place them like this. That's the way we're going to sew our bag. So you're going to start in here, these 2 ends in here, the side in here, and these 2 in here, you see, in the back. The same you're going to do with this one. You're going to sew it in here, and then in the back in here, these 2 with a black yarn. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now, sewing our sides of the bag. Now we're going to start sewing these 2 squares together. So I cut a strand of yarn long enough for sewing my 3 squares together. So I'm going to start here in the center of the chain 3. And I'm going to leave this tail to tie a knot to secure the yarn. I'm going to go to the other center and do the same. Now I'm securing my tail. And now I'm going to start sewing in the center of the border of each square. The border is like a chain, and in between those chains you'll do your sewing. You have to make sure that you have your 2 pieces even, matching every stitch. You'll be pulling your yarn nice and tight. You see my 2 open spaces in here are on top of each other. So you have to make sure that you have everything even. That way at the end you don't have one longer than the other one. Continue sewing all the way to the end and don't cut your yarn, because we're going to continue sewing the other side with the same strand. I'm working here at the end, and you see my 2 pieces are nice and even. So I'm going to continue working all the way around to the other side in here. It's very important that you match your stitches, that way it's even at the end. You have a better finish. And here you can see a little bit better where I'm passing my needle through. It's in between those two chains. So you're going to continue sewing all the way to the end, and don't count your yarn because we're going to continue sewing the next square with this same strand. Here I finished sewing this part, and I leaving the yarn here because I'm going to continue sewing the last part of this side. So it will look like this. You see, here is the tail where we started, and this one we're going to sew in here, just until this one here for the bottom, or whichever you decide that you want for the bottom. Can be like that or whatever, but this is the color that I selected. So these two have pink, and I put it to the sides here. So now I'm gonna turn my work like this, and you see I left enough yarn for sewing all my pieces, or I hope. So I'm gonna start sewing in here, this one to this one, all the way to the corner here. I'm gonna turn my work, and I'm gonna continue all the way here, and I'll finish here where the we had the tail where we started. Okay, so I'm gonna do that off camera, and I will meet you here when I have these two pieces sewed together. But remember, you have to match every stitch with every stitch on the other side, that way it's even like this one, you see. Here I finished sewing together my 3 squares, and will look like this. So you have a few options for the top of the bag. If you would like, you can leave it like this. Just do a chain in here from here to here, and then place a button here to close it. But this will be the depths of the bag, and then you do the strap in here, and that's it. Another option that is to do your next square, so in the back and here, leaving this space empty, you know, without sewing in the corners. That way you can do the strap, and then you place the button here and close your bag in here. Still, the depths of the bag will be until here. So since I want to make this bag a big bag, what I'm gonna do after I sew this in here is I'm gonna do half of the square, that will be a triangle, to sew in here. That way my bag can be used all the way out. Okay, so first, after you do your 4 square, you'll come here in the back of the bag, and in the right side here you also this square, and it will look like this in the back of the bag. So this will fall in the front. So remember not to sew in here because you need the space to create the strap on the top here in both ends. So do that, and I will show you after I finish sewing this how to create the half of the square or the triangle. Once you finish sewing this part, it will look like this, like an envelope. See? So now I'm gonna show you how to do the half the square here. That way our bag is nice and big. Okay. Now we're gonna create the half of the square that we need. That will be a triangle. So we're gonna start with a magic circle, and starting with this gray. And this time I'm gonna chain 4. 1, 2, 3 for the double crochet that I need, and 1 for separation is 4. Now we're gonna do 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're gonna do 3 double crochet. We're gonna chain 1, that is the separation that we have here, and here we have 3 chain, but we don't can do 3 chain. We're gonna do a double crochet. That way it's even in both ends. Now you're going to pull the tail, and now we're going to change color. You see, you end up with the half at the square. To change color, I'm going to do slip knot. And I'm going to pass it through this loop and make sure that the knot from the slip knot is in the other side of the loop of the color from before. You're going to pull that tail, and that's nice and secure. Now again, you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 as a double crochet, and 1 for separation is 4. You're going to turn your work around. Now in that space here at the chain 1, you're going to do 3 double crochet, and we need those space there, that way you do an increase on each row. Now chain 1, you're going to go to the chain 3 space here, and you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, and 3 double crochet in the same space. Now you're going to chain 1, and in this space here, you see, here was where we started with the chain of 3 plus 1, 4. You're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1, and then here you're going to count 1, 2, and then the third chain. Here tend to be a little more difficult to pass the hook because the chain is in the back, and you're going to do a double crochet, and like that you finish your second row. You see, now we're going to change color, but first I'm going to cut this yarn here and lose these tails before I continue, because I like to keep losing the tail, that way at the end I don't have too many to lose. Now with the next color, again I'm going to do a slip knot. I'm going to come here, I'm going to pass it through the loop, making sure that the knot is on the other side of the loop. Pull that tail, and you see my knot is on this side, and now I'm going to work with this one. I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. That counts as the double crochet, and 1 for separation, that's 4 chain. Turn my work around, and in this chain 1 space here, you're going to do 3 double crochet. The only thing by working these back and forth, that you have one row facing the right way and one the wrong way, but it looks fine. So you're going to chain 1, and this chain 1 space again, you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1, and here you're going to do 3 double crochet, now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1, again 3 double crochet, chain 1, and again in the space here you're going to do 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 1, and in here in the third chain you're going to do your double crochet like that. Now you will change color again and lose these tails. So you're going to continue working this exactly the same, doing the chain 3 plus 1, 4 to start each row, You're gonna do in the space here that you are leaving behind in this chain 1 space, you're gonna do 3 double crochet, and then you're gonna chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 3 in the point here, and do 3 more double crochet in the same space, and then chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in these spaces here, and 3 double crochet and chain 1, and in here you're gonna do again your double crochet on top of the third chain. Okay, that's with the next color, and so on until you have the same amount of row that you did for the other ones. So for mine in here I did 9, so I had to do 8 with different color and number 9 with a black, and this will be growing in here. You see, this is for here. But something, if you want this part not to be as high up, you can do the next row, you can do it with a black, and then sew it here, and your bag will be until here, that depth. Okay, so it's up to you how big you want this in here. Mine, I want it all the way up. Okay, so I'm gonna continue a row, and number 9 will be with the black, so it's exactly the same. Okay, as I show you so far. Once you finish, it will look like this. And now here I'm gonna chain 1, cut the yarn, leaving the tail long enough for sewing this piece to the other one. Now you're gonna sew this one to this one. So you're gonna come here and match every stitch to every stitch in here, and so here at the end, leaving this chain 3 space here open for the strap. Okay, so we are almost done. Here I finished sewing, and I have this leftover tail. I'm not gonna cut this tail. What I'm gonna do is attach the rest of my black yarn in here. That way I can crochet my strap for the bag in here. Once you finish sewing, it will be like this. It's a very big bag. It's not a little bag, it's a big bag. And then after, you will put a button here, and this will work as the buttonhole in here. So now we're gonna work on our strap. Now I'm gonna attach these 2 yarn. So the knot that I'm gonna do is the one that I always use. This is the one attached to the piece. This is the one at the ball of yarn. I'm gonna put the one at the ball of yarn under. The other one I'm gonna place my fingers in here. I'm gonna pass this one that is attached to the ball of yarn on top of my nail, and in between the 2 strands I'm gonna pass it here and fold it here. I'm gonna pull this one a little bit, that way I don't lose that tail, and then I'm gonna grab this one in here in the right side, and I'm gonna pass it through that strand on top of my nail. I'm gonna grab the 2 tails in here, and I'm gonna pull the one that we're attaching, that's the one on the ball of yarn. You're gonna pull that one really tight, and like that you have your beautiful knot. I'm not sure, so that with black yarn is really difficult to see, but I have a video showing how to do this knot. So you're gonna cut the yarn here, and now you're ready to go. So we're gonna continue. Now to do the strap, you don't gonna see much here because I'm working with black. But in here, on top of this double crochet around that, when you did the union here at these 2 pieces on top, you're gonna pass your yarn, pull it through, chain 1, and in that same space you're gonna do a single crochet. Now in the chain 3 space, you're gonna do 3 single crochet, and that one you did is 4. And now here on top of this one, in between these 2, you're gonna pass your hook through, and you're gonna do 5. Now you're gonna chain 1, you're gonna turn your work around, and you're gonna work those 5 single crochet until you have the desired length for your strap. You can do shorter, longer, it's up to you, the length. Depend your height as well. You're going to chain 1 again, turn your work around, and you're going to work your 5 single crochet back and forth. So I'll meet you here when I have my design. Here I have 80 centimeters for my strap. So here you have two options. Here I chain one. You can cut the yarn, and with that tail you can sew the strap in here in the same place as the other one, or you can turn your work around, do 2 single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, skip 1 single crochet and do 2 more single crochet, chain 1, cut the yarn and loose the tail, and then you will sew a button in here, and then you'll pass that buttonhole through there. Okay, or the strap will be in here, and then another button. So you have one exactly the same. You will sew it here in the center, and this will be for here. And this is what I'm gonna do with buttons in here and here. Once you finish sewing your buttons, it will look like this. One button here, and if you did the other one, you will have the other one here. So it's a nice decoration. So if you would like to sew a liner and you don't know how to do it, or you don't have a piece of material, you can recycle an old spaghetti strap or a t-shirt that is around the same size as this bag. I have this one here, for example. It's not the one I'm going to use, but it's an example. You see, it's almost the same size. So if it's not the same size, you can sew it here in the sides and make it the right size for the bag. So in here you will sew this, cut the rest, and this will be the bottom part, and then you use this part that you already have the hem for the top, and then you'll put it inside and sew it all the way around here on the top and here, you see. So that way you can put change, you can put pen and pencils, and you don't lose your stuff in here if you put a liner. And you see, with the liner inside, you don't see it. So it's a great way to recycle an old top. So I'm gonna give you the measurement of my bag. This is a big bag. You can put even a laptop here. So it'll be great for university now that school's starting next week or this week, because this video will be published the day after school start here. So I'm gonna give you the measurements. This measure 14.5 inches or 37 centimeters. And in here, because this is higher up here because it's folded, it will measure just a little bit more. It measures 38 by 15. 38 centimeters by 15 inches. So it looks amazing, ready to go out. So I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. And if you make this piece and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Ruby Stedman, or you can find me in my Instagram, Ruby Stedman Crochet. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here in YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.